All right, this is Algebra 1. This is our test 1 through 45. Question number 1 wants us to solve for what? Solve for y. How do I solve for a variable? Go ahead, Garcia. Okay, subtract 5. 28. What are you doing, though, to get the next step? You said that'll give you 4, but what will give me 4?
33 minus 5.
No. 33 minus 5 gave you 28. Divide by 7. So y equals 4. Okay? Now that's the first early stage of kind of how we do with this because there's only one variable. Okay, so in terms of the verbal steps, okay, I don't know how many of you are just going to watch the video, but if you listen, here's the thing that you need to listen for. I isolate the variable by doing the reverse operations, starting with addition and subtraction, then reverse of multiplication and division, and then reverse of exponents if I get that far, then reverse of grouping symbols. So it goes backwards through the order of operations. Does that make sense? Okay? All right. Okay. Number 2, enter the solution for a divided by -7 equals -7. A divided by -7 equals -7. Maggie?
You're going to multiply by -7 on both sides.
Good. Multiply by -7 on both sides. Okay? Now, what would have been really easy to do there if I just write -7 there, it would have been really easy for me to miss the multiplication on this side and get -14, right? Okay? So what happens with these -7s on the left-hand side? They cancel each other out. So I get A equals, what is -7 times -7? 49. So I'm going to write A equals 49. Some of us are in a really bad habit of just writing 49. Okay? I'm solving for a variable, so should the variable be part of my solution? What's going to happen if I don't include A in my statement? You're going to get it counted wrong, okay? A equals 49. Tell me what we're solving for. Okay? 3, find the 313th term of the sequence. All right, so what am I using here? Does anybody know what the actual whole-blown thing is? Go ahead.
Well, it's the sequence.
What kind of sequence is this? Slee? Arithmetic sequence. What is the arithmetic sequence? Does anybody know? Can anybody tell me what the individual parts? AN equals A1 plus parentheses N minus 1 times D. Okay? What is AN? What is that? What am I substituting in there? 313th equals, what's A to the first, or A1? What is that? The first term in the sequence, right? What is our first term in the sequence? 2 plus, all right, what is N? That's our 313 minus 1. And what is D? What does it represent? Common difference. Common difference. What is the common difference? 4. All right. Am I actually using this 313th over here on the far left? No, that's just what I'm solving for. So I need to solve the right-hand side. So 313th is equal to, what's the first thing I do here? Go ahead, Marquina, help me out here. Because you've been raising your hand a lot and not getting to answer anything. Okay, so tell me what to do first. Parentheses. Okay, so that equals 312. Okay, what do I do next? Go ahead, Alex. 312 times 4. So the 313th is equal to 2 plus what? What's 312 times 4? It's got to be like 1,200 something, right? 1,248. And 2 plus that? 1,250. Okay, let's check and see if that was our answer here, 1,250. Okay, do I have to show all that work to get the to get the to get the points? Yeah, I want to see it on your box sheet. Yes, you added a comma. Oh, I see what you're saying, because you put a comma after the 1 and it counted it as wrong. Okay, I would count that as correct. Okay, it's just, when you're going in and you're setting up answers, you're not, I mean, it just takes so long to put in every possible, like somebody might have accidentally put a space between 2 and 5, right? And it's going to count it as wrong. Okay. All right, so what I want you to know is that on the test, it might not be the 313th term, and it might not be this sequence. So that's why I wrote the arithmetic sequence up there, okay? You need to know what the arithmetic sequence is, okay? Did we get that written down? Okay. 4, is this one that we need to do? Yes? Okay. 32 equals 14 minus 6y. What are we solving for? We're solving for y. Okay, what's the first thing that needs to move? Go Babbitt, move the 14. How do you move it? I mean, I like to. Move it. Go ahead. You got it. Add 14. Okay, add 14. So I'm going to add 14 to both sides. All right, so that's going to give me what? 46 equals 28 minus 6y. How does that get me any closer? What? Change it. How do I? So you're rearranging it, okay? So you're saying 14 minus 6y equals 32. Now what? 6y first? You're doing a whole bunch of stuff that's really unnecessary. Okay? Now, you might get the right answer, but you're going to waste a lot of time rearranging things for, really doesn't get us much closer. Garcia? Subtract 14 from both sides. Okay? Why do I want to subtract and not add? And it may not be the point that you were trying to make, but some people do that. Because I want to cancel out 14, right? It's a positive already, so the only way to get rid of 14 on the right-hand side and to keep the equation balanced is to subtract it from both sides, right? Which causes this to cancel. What's 32 minus 14? 18? 18. So 18 equals negative 6y. Now what? Somebody else. I want to hear from some other folks. Baker, what would you do here?
18 divided by -6.
So I'm just going to divide 18 by negative 6?
And divide -6 by both sides.
Good. Okay, divide by negative 6 on both sides. What's 18 divided by negative 6, Mr. Baker? Negative 3. So y equals negative 3. Do not forget the negative in your answer. It will get counted wrong. Okay? We understanding things so far? Now, this question is one that you guys get SMART goal tested on and one that we have struggled with. It doesn't look complicated, but we are struggling with it. Okay, I want to solve this question for m. What is throwing you guys for a loop is we have a second variable in here. Okay, Kato, what do I do first? I want to solve for m. Subtract, yes, you would subtract, but stop asking me the questions. I'm asking you the questions. Subtract what? Why do you want to subtract 4? You're going to move 4m over to the other side? I want to solve for m. Now, you can do that, but I just think it's going to make more work than you really need to do. Okay? Because when I'm solving for a variable, what is rule number 1? Isolate that variable. If I move 4m over here, not really isolating it because I'm joining it to 11, right? So instead of being joined to 3n, it's now joined to 11. I really haven't isolated it at all. Okay? So what can I move away from it first? Three in. How do I move 3n to the other side? Subtract because it's adding. Okay? Okay, good. So we have 4m equals what? What does the right-hand side equal now? Go ahead. No. You can't use the calculator here. Do you know why? Can anybody tell me why I can't use a calculator to solve this? Salih? They're not like terms. Why are they not like terms? 11 doesn't have an in. So what is the right-hand side? What is this right here that I can write? I can't combine them. So it just is what they are. What do I have here? 11. And what? I don't have 3 in. I have what? No. What is this? Negative 3n. Yes. It's not the same as 3n, though. If I said 3n, I would have to put a plus there, wouldn't I? Okay, so it's not the same. All right. Now, I have one more thing to get rid of. What is it? I'm solving for what? What am I solving for again? M. What is the last thing I need to get rid of? I'm trying to isolate M. What's the last thing I need to get rid of? How do I get rid of it? Divide? Is that what you said? Or did you say 5? What do I do? I want you to say it with confidence. What do you do? What is happening between 4 and M? What's the opposite of multiply? Divide. So divide by 4. Okay? Now, this is the tricky part. What do I divide by 4 over here? Everything. Okay? So M equals, you can write it like this. You could write it as 11 over 4 minus 3n over 4. There's a lot of different ways to write that. Okay? But some of those ways are down here. Okay?
I wrote m equals 11 minus 3n, and I divided.
Okay, so if you were going to do that, right? If you were, here, let me show you. If you're going to do 11 minus 3n divided by 4, let me show you how you have to write it. Okay? I would have to put this in parentheses divided by 4. Okay? If I don't have the parentheses, then the only thing I'm dividing by 4 is the negative 3n. And I will count that wrong. Okay? Do we understand?
So the answer is 11 over 4 minus 3n over 4.
Yeah, now you can change the order.
I thought it was 11 minus 3n divided by 4.
It's the same thing. You can split it, okay? So it's 11 divided by 4 and negative 3n divided by 4, or 11 minus 3n all divided by 4. It's the same thing, okay? So you could also write, m equals 11 divided by 4 minus 3n divided by 4, something like that. It's the same thing, okay? All right, but the better job we do at this, the next time we take that SMART goal, I want us to pass out of it, okay? All right, so we're not getting very fast through here. 6 is this one that we need to see? Yes? What's the only thing I need to do here? Subtract 7 from both sides. Subtract 7, G equals what? Negative what? Negative 27. What did you write? It could be a spacing thing. I don't know. Let's check the answer here. Negative 27, g equals negative 27. Yep. Okay. 7, find the length of side BC. If necessary, round your answer to the nearest hundredth. Don't forget to label. Is this one we need to see? Yes? Okay. What is a proportion? Add up all sides. That's perimeter. Proportion.
Multiply length into
Nope, that's area of a rectangle.
The ratios that are equal to each other.
Two ratios that are equal to each other. Okay? All right. What this question should tell you is that these two figures are similar to each other. Okay? If we want to find BC, I need to set up a proportion. Okay? Huh? You know how to do it? Garcia, do you know how to do it? Okay, tell me.
you put 7 at the top, and then over here you do 11 over 8.
Oh, you're over here. Over here, put 11 over 8. Good, because 7 is comparative to 11 on this side, okay, as BC is to EF, right? So over here we've got an X. What do I do after that?
So you
Try
try to see what gets you to 11.
to see what gets you to 11. Okay, cross multiply, right? 7 times 8 is 56, and that's equal to what? 11x, and then do what to solve for x? Divide by 11 to the nearest hundredth. 5 point, you got what? 5 point, what was the decimal answer that came out in the calculator? 5 point what? It went 090909. Nearest hundredth. So which one of these digits is the hundredths? Because one of the things that's costing you guys a bunch of points is that you guys aren't paying attention to the directions, and so you're not rounding when you should, which I'm not giving you the points when you don't do what you're supposed to. So this is tens, this is hundreds, right? Okay, so is that 9 going to round up, or it's going to stay the same? So I should get 5.09. Now, another thing it said, don't forget to label. If you don't label, you don't get it right. Inches. 5.09 inches. And you didn't get it? Let's double check the answer here. 5.09 inches. Again, could be a spacing thing. You might have capitalized inches. I don't know. If you wrote it just even the littlest bit different, it's going to count it wrong. I will not count it wrong on the test if you've done everything you're supposed to do. 8, find the slope of the line that passes through 2, -3, -2, 3. Is this one we need to see? Okay, how do I find the slope given two coordinates? What's the formula? Okay. What is y2? Y2 is 3. -3, right? Now, those of you that, if you're not doing anything else, what should you be doing a lot of right now? Writing things down. Bailey, are you writing anything down? Okay, good. All right, so we've got 3 minus -3. Are you familiar? Have you done any of this before? None of it. Okay. All right, so 3 minus -3. You have to have both minuses, correct? Yes? It's a minus that it comes from here and a minus from there. All right, what is x2? -2 minus what? All right, what is 3 minus -3? 6. Because what does double negatives do, Garcia? Add. So 3 plus 3 is 6. What is -2 minus 2, Garcia? Huh? -4? Okay, but I want it reduced. Does 6 over -4 reduce? And what does it reduce to? Baker? 6 over -4 reduces to? 3 over -2. But do I ever want the negative in the denominator position? No. So I'm going to write negative 3 halves. Okay? So let's check. Negative 3 halves. Will I take negative 6/4? No, I want it reduced. I want it simplified. Okay? We understand? Yes? Okay. So you have a formula there, and you need to simplify. Do we need to do 9? No? No, no, no. Okay. 10. Okay. 10. 2.389 times 10 to the 5th. Okay, so we're good there. 11? No? Okay, Carlos, I mean, a lot of them are speaking up. If you need something, let me know. Okay? You don't need 11? Anybody on 12? Yes. Okay. So, order of operations, Camden. Okay? Look inside these. What's the first order of operations? Parentheses, right? Inside parentheses. Okay, tell me about inside this parentheses. Can I combine anything? No? Okay, so don't do anything with the negative 9. Okay, what is negative 8x minus 4x? Nope. You guys are struggling with your negatives. Negative 8 minus 4. Negative 12x. Okay, then we've got minus 8, 3x minus 4 equals 35. Okay, now do what? Now distribute. What's negative 3 times negative 9? Positive 27. What is negative 3 times negative 12x, Camden? What's negative times a negative? Okay, so think of it as 3 times 12. 36 what? Okay, so I got 27 plus 36x. Now let's come over here. What's negative 8 times 3x? It's 8 times 3. 24x. Negative 24x. What's negative 8 times negative 4? Positive 32, right? Equals 35. Now what do I want to do with everything on the left-hand side? I want to first, okay, combine like terms. What's 36 minus 24? 12. Just 12? 12x. What about 27 and 32? Plus 59 equals 35. What's next? Subtract 59 from both sides, isolating the variable as much as possible. Minus 59, minus 59. 12x, what is 35 minus 59? Negative 24. Last step, Camden. Divide by, show the work. X equals what? Negative 2. X equals negative 2. Okay? So you just put negative 2. Okay. Are we learning something today? Good. Hopefully we'll be prepared for the test on Monday. 13. Yay or nay? Yes. Amusement park has 2 types of season passes. I figure, hold on, what time do we get out of here? 38. Let's do something, just because it always seems like it's the last questions that we never get to. Let's kind of come down to the bottom here and see if there's anything at the bottom. We'll work our way back towards the middle. Number 20. Yes? Okay. So this is the power rule of exponents. Okay, so I'm taking each of these things to the 4th, right? Okay, So I'm going to treat these things somewhat independently. I'm going to get negative 3 to the fourth. Okay. What is y going to be to? Y to the fourth and z to the
6.
You're all wrong. 8. Because when I'm taking an exponent to an exponent, what do I do between exponents? Multiply. Look, that's why y was to the fourth, because 1 times 4 is 4, and 2 times 4 is 8. So I've got negative 3 to the fourth, okay, y to the fourth, z to the eighth. Okay? Okay, so let's talk about negative 3 to the fourth. Okay, that's negative 3 times negative 3 times negative 3 times negative 3. Because it says simplify, right? What's negative 3 times negative 3? 9. What's negative 3 times negative 3? What's 9 times 9? 81. So should my final answer be 81, y to the fourth, z to the eighth? What's negative times negative? What's negative times negative? What's positive times positive? Okay?
We do negative 3 times negative 3 is better than positive. Then you multiply.
So if you took, let's say you took negative 3 times negative 3, got 9, multiplied that by negative 3 would give you negative 27, right? What's negative 27 times negative 3? Positive 81. Okay? Let's see what our final answer should be here. 81, y to the fourth, z to the eighth. Okay? So don't leave it as negative 3 to the fourth. Does that make sense? Okay. Just as a heads up, anytime you take a negative number to a positive, or sorry, to an even exponent, you're going to get a positive number. Did I go too fast? Did I erase it before you were ready? I'm sorry. All right, let's see. Number 19?
Yes.
Okay. Enter the values for which the expression is undefined. An expression is only undefined when it creates something that we can't have. All right, this is a fraction. When does a fraction come out with an error? No? No? When there is a 0 where? In the denominator. All right, so our question is, when does 2x plus 8 equal 0? So I want to do 2x plus 8 equals 0, right? Because we're looking for the value of x that would make the expression undefined. What do I do first? Subtract 8 on both sides. So 2x equals negative 8. Now what? Divide by 2 on both sides. So x equals negative 4. Now let's check. What's 2 times negative 4? No, it's 2 times negative 4. What's negative 8 plus 8? So if I put in negative 4 for x, what would happen to the expression? It'd be undefined in my calculator, right? Doesn't matter what it equaled up here, right? Because 5 times negative 4 is negative 20. Negative 20 minus 10, right, is negative 30. So that would give me negative 30 divided by 0, but it would still be an undefined expression. If I plugged in anything else, I would get something, but not when x equals negative 4. What is going to make the denominator equal 0? Find 0 on the bottom. That's it. Are we clear? I don't even have to mess with the top at all. Okay?
So the answer would have been x equals 3.
X equals negative 4. X equals negative 4. Do we understand? Okay. All right. 18. Okay. Find the greatest common factor of the polynomial. Okay. So we are trying to take as much out of every term as we can. Okay. What is the largest x value that I can take out of everything?
7.
No, the largest x value. X to the what can come out of everything? What? 3, right? Because I can take 3 x's out of everything. And I can, what's the largest coefficient I can take out of everything? You said it, 7. Okay? So what does that leave me with? Okay? What's 35 divided by 7? 5. And if I take 3 x's out of where I have 6, how many x's do I have left? 3. Okay? 7 times what equals 7? 1. Okay? How many x's do I have left here? 1. Okay? 1x. Right? 7 times what is negative 21? Negative 3. And I don't have any x's left, correct? Okay? So let's see what they have here. So here all they want is that thing that we took out, which was 7x cubed. So all you need here is this. I don't think I would count it wrong, but all they want to see is what is the largest thing that I can pull out of all 3 terms. Okay? Does that make sense? The largest thing that I can pull out of all 3. So we need to have our variable exponent right and our coefficient correct. Okay? My hope is that you guys listen to this video, right? We're not going to go home and just watch this, right? Listen to it. Huh? You're going to, yes, I'm going to be yelling in your ear when you pull this up. Okay. 17, find the slope of the given line. Do we know how to do this?
Yeah.
Slope is what?
Rise over run.
Rise over run. So from here to here, how much am I going up? 2. Actually, no. I'm not going up 2. I have to look at these numbers. Right? From 3 to 4, I'm going up how much? Up 1. From negative 3 to 0, I'm going over how much? 3. So my slope is 1/3. Okay? Look at the numbers. Are we good? We understand that? Rise over run. No. Slope is rise over run, so I want the numbers. So do not, because here's the problem, is that 1/3 is a decimal is 0.3 repeating. So if you wrote 0.3, I'd count it wrong in a heartbeat, because it would have to be 0.3 with a repeat bar over the top of it, but I want it as a fraction. Go ahead. 1/3 should be the answer. Let's double check. 1/3 is our answer. Okay? Now, the other way of doing this is that y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1, because they give you the coordinates, right? Okay, so there's a formula way to do it as well. All right. Will the slope of the line be negative or positive? Positive, because it is doing what? Going up from left to right. It is going up from left to right, therefore it is positive. And we saw that when we found our slope, because our slope was what? Positive 1/3. Okay? Positive. It went up 1/3, not down 1/3. Are we clear? All right. 16 is a good one because it kind of goes back to that other question where we have multiple variables. Solve y equals WP for P. Okay, we want P by itself. Y equals WP. How do I get P by itself? Divide by W. All right, so what does P equal? Y over W.
Is it okay if we put equals y, no, w equals
It better be P equals. If it's not P equals, it's wrong because they told you to solve for P.
well, I put y equals f equals, y divided by f equals p.
Oh, so you said y divided by W equals P. Yeah, I'll take that. I'll take that. All right. 15.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Express your answer as a percent. If necessary, round your answer to the nearest tenth. I'm kind of starting at the end. What's the probability? Probability. Probability is what over what? Number what over what? Number desired over total. Okay. So we've got 7 red, 3 green, 2 blue. We're going to run out of time hopefully we'll get. Miguel is first in line for the ride. He's assigned a car at random. Joe is next in line and is assigned a car. What is the probability that both Miguel and Joe will drive a green bumper car? How many bumper cars are there?
12.
Okay, 10 and 2 is 12. So 12 goes here, correct? All right, so Miguel gets to go first, right? What is the probability of him getting a green car? 3 over 12. Okay? Now, what is the probability of Joe getting a 2 over 11? Because there's only 2 green cars left and there's only 11 cars left. And we multiply them. Okay? So I am getting 6 over 121. We're going to plug that in our calculator. We're going to get a decimal. What is that decimal? It will, but we're still going to multiply, right? So why waste my time simplifying? I know I'm going to get a decimal. I mean,
0.049.
listen to what I'm saying, Jose. Done this a little while. You're going to multiply these. Well, now I need to get a decimal because it asked me to get it as a percent, right? What is the decimal?
0.049.
0.049? Is that where it stops?
No, 586.
586. Okay, we want this as a, now, okay, so what you're saying is I need to multiply it by 100, right? Is that what you were saying? So what I needed to see is that you're talking about multiplying the decimal by 100, right?
11 times 21 doesn't equal.
Right, 11 times 11 is 121, so somebody gave me the wrong number there. 132. Okay, what is 6 divided by 132? Because I'm betting that's a different number.
0.045.
0.054, not 45. 54. 54. 54. Okay. Well, probably because they're rounding the last decimal. Okay, so as a percent, what is it?
54%.
To the nearest tenth. Move the decimal place 2 places to the right, correct? So it is 5.4, or actually 5.5%.
Yeah.
This says 4.5.
That's backwards. It's
Somebody,
0.5.
Maggie. 4, 5, 4, 5, 4, 5. Okay. Well, I'm only as good as the information I'm given. So 4.5%, because the 4 isn't going to round the 5 up. Okay? We got it now? Okay. All right. 14. Yes or no? Stem and leaf plot. Are we good here? We're good? Good. All right. Now we got back to this question. We've got 2 minutes. May not get it all covered. Amusement park has 2 types of season passes. One charges a one-time fee of $285 for admission, plus $20 for every trip to the parking. Plan 2 charges one-time fee of $250 and $27 for every trip for admission. For what number of trips is the cost of these plans the same? So we're going to do 20x plus 285 equal to 27x plus 250. Okay, we set those 2 things equal to each other. Do we understand how I set that up? Okay, now we're just solving for x. So I'm going to subtract 20x because it's going to leave me with a positive x. Subtract 250 from 285. Okay, that should leave me with 35 equals 7x. Divide by 7, divide by 7. X equals 5 trips. 5 trips is what I want to see. 5 trips. 5 trips. Does that make sense? We got it? We got through everything? Yes! Okay, I'm going to hit stop right here. I'll send that video out to you as soon as I can. Bell has rung.